Over football's drugs bombshell. Death threats and close to tears, Richmond's Justin Charles has appealed for understanding after making history as the first player caught using anabolic steroids. He faces a year's ban, but in the storm over the scandal claims that other players have also turned to steroids. Mark Doran with the first of our reports.
I'm in a difficult and unfortunate position. As the AFL investigation is still taking place, which will involve a hearing, I'm not in a position to comment further at this time.
With those few words, Justin Charles admitted his sins. The Richmond ruckman injected anabolic steroid boldenone on 6 occasions after a series of chronic injuries. The first footballer to fail a drug test caught AFL officials by surprise. However, several sources claimed Charles is just one of a line of players to turn to steroids to beat injury.
I really couldn't say, in terms of numbers, but I'm sure there'd be at least 1 or 2 at each club.
Charles was caught in one of 1,500 random drug tests carried out since 1990. But even the AFL has acknowledged increased competition for big dollars and prestige has provided a greater inducement than ever.
As we become more professional, and I suppose as there's more opportunity for people to make money out of the game, it's their livelihood.
The 26-year-old finished equal 7th in last year's Brownlow medal, but now faces a 12-month ban from the game. Next week's tribunal hearing preventing him answering questions at today's press conference. Australian basketball captain Andrew Gaze will act as a character witness and says Justin is not a cheat.
It would be unfair to make an example of Justin, because I think that there are extenuating circumstances.
I think Justin has to be suspended for a certain amount of games. I certainly wouldn't suspend him for a season. Look, it's hard to say, 6 or 8 weeks.
Richmond claims no knowledge of the steroid abuse, and despite securing its major sponsor for a further 2 seasons today, the club is still contemplating axing Charles from its list, fearful of a supporter backlash.
I and the Richmond Football Club are most opposed to the use of drugs, improper use of drugs in Australian rules football, and we'll be taking action according to that particular point of view.
It's not the first time the Tigers have been involved in a drugs controversy. The 1980 Premiership team tarnished after centre-half back Stephen Mount alleged steroid abuse at Punt Road. 17 years on, he's angry footballers are still pressured into performance enhancement.
Because players are young and impressionable when they go there, they need help and support to make sure that they do the right thing by themselves.
Mark Doran, 7 Nightly News.